Good morning. Long time no see. Yeah, I've been thinking about, I haven't been on chatting so much. And, I mean, I got some things to talk about now. But, most of the time it's the idea that, I'm trying to debunk the Bible or try to tell people what the real story is behind the Bible. What's the message, and it's really, it all keeps repeating itself over and over again. Even in the Bible, all the stories, even they have wonderful the different stories are just uniquely crafted in such a way that they all tell the same inside story. But in different ways, like the one with Solomon and his counterpart David would be the guy that would be the carnal side, and Solomon would be the spiritual side. And it's all about building. It's all about building this temple. It's already in there. It's already together, and most of all of is reconnecting to it. So it's the rebuilding of the temple, and that's how the stories get started. And of course, King David, when you are King David, we're at war. It's our carnal mind. It's always something going on. It's just too busy to build the kingdom. Whereas Solomon, took the time and built it. But all of the measurements, all the things that have to do with that mind, it's about the mind. And because this is the kingdom, this is where it is, and they're talking. It's all centered around consciousness and stuff like that. And our conscious is here. It's not in our hands, and it's not in our knees, and no place like that. It's all situated in the mind, and we are electrical beings. And of course, the stories are all about knowing about you, gaining full control over yourself. And that's what revelation is that you have control over the entire self. And when that happens, that's that white horse, that higher situation of riding around on a horse, and that the horse is about restoration and being, the strength, and that it's white, that is, you're now spiritually driven. And what that actually means would be that if you had, like right now with me, I have been so busy. I like this Solomon, in the stories, as the stories go on, he loses, there's another 666. There's more, in Revelations is where everyone thinks they get the mark of the beast. But he is tempted, and the numbers add up to 666, and that means the lower mind. So he was tempted by the lower mind, means to eat and to get your substance from it. And it puts the temple to the side. It kind of this is where it becomes a barren wasteland of some kind. And since October, I have just been really busy, and because I've been doing all these things during these seasonal episodes that I have to do to live, and it takes away the time to sit down all the time. It's like my mind is always going, and it's like you can't stop it. So this is, in the Bible, this is called backsliding. And if you understand that to go up there, you have to ride your back, the kundalini. So if you're backsliding, you're sliding down the back, So, I don't know why Christians don't think any of this stuff makes any sense. But anyways, call it all New Age thinking. Oh wow, but in reality, it's not. It's it brings it closer to you, and it's what other benefit do you get from it? Why would they get so mad at me for having God in me already? And because someone told them that you are unable to have God in you, that you're unworthy of it. Do you have to believe that? I want to believe He's in me. Why? I used to believe the other way, and people would say, "Oh, I used to be like you, and now I was, deceived." I said, "Well, I don't think you ever made it. I told the guy, he says, yeah, I said, if you ever took any of this stuff serious and sat down and went to try to meet this maker and do what they tell you to do in here, to do this electrical connection inside of you, if you never really get through, I could see why you'd give it up. But if you got through, why would you? Because this is your connection. This is it. And this gives you that spiritual side of you. This is when the wider side, and then it rubs off. So you got to go back again. I guess that's what I'm trying to get to, is that, that it's there for a while, and then it just goes away, and you have to go back. You have to maintain this like you were working out or working a muscle or something. So I've been doing a whole lot of backsliding, and I lost my dog a couple of days ago, Louise. I took her to the doctor to have her looked at. She had been bleeding, and and she was really weak. She hadn't eaten for a couple of days, and so within a couple of days after that, she was gone. It's so terrible. I don't have my buddy. We've been around for like 10 years or more, 10 is what I'm sure of. But she was a lot of fun, and we always said I love you and all that stuff. So I didn't really, she was one. It was love. It was wonderful. So I cried for a little bit, and I think she's being cremated today, and I'll get her stuff next Wednesday or something. But not having your buddy around, not having someone to say I love you. Sad. But it's just your heart broken. Now I want like 12. I want 12 kids now. I'm gonna go out there to the doggy parlor, and I'm gonna find me a mess of dogs. Because it's really the funnest thing on earth to have them. And I've had 2 now, one for 18 years and one for 10. And what's real strange about it is that my 3-legged dog, Kiddo, who I had a gallery after and everything, and was my best friend when I was growing up here, I had to put him down. And when I did, that was on like a Saturday or a Sunday that the guy came special and had to put him down. And that was strange that whenever I lost Louise, I went walking around town when I heard from the doctor that Louise had passed away in the night. That, I went for this long walk around town. And I saw this guy walking a little black pug, out at Mallory Square. And so I walked up to him, and I was like someone that had used to walk up to me, and they would say stuff like, I haven't seen very many black pugs around. I think they're kind of rare, aren't they? And he says, oh, there's plenty of them. Just like I would say. And I'd bent down and touched it. It was such a sweet thing. But I think I'm supposed to be getting at something else. I went and painted her on my mural. Cried a little bit more. But I'm telling you that, losing a buddy, that sucks. And so maybe you hear about me some more on here, but I did maybe come up and talk, somebody wants to share their bad feelings, But I don't want to share bad feelings. I want to share that, it's me that has to say, this is the coolest thing to have her. So, it's just like you're missing, you got a broken heart or something like that. But I'm going to go get me some more, But anyways, I hope you guys are well. I've been backslide, but I'm going back. The story with Solomon, what happens with Solomon is he's tempted. It shows that he's tempted. He's tempted by 666. He's tempted by the lower mind. He is drug away from his duties as holding down the temple and keeping it going on, just as I have been. And that, but in his story, it's spooky because he's left to roam around in the desert forever, So that's what happens when you let the side go dormant. But it doesn't die on you forever. It waits for you. You know, that's the whole idea. That, you know, it's the return of you. It's the just come back home when you get lost. You know, it's that one of his herd, of his sheep, that gets lost. One of his sons. And when his son comes back, he gets a real big party. An absolute beautiful party. You know, and so that's so you know, don't let all this stuff get you down. Because that's the whole thing about the world. To get you down, you know. And when things calm down, this is where they say God is. And that is, God is in the quietness. He operates in the darkness. And so it's in that darkness and the quietness of our minds that we conjure Him up to raise our spirits up to this place. And the magic behind this frequency is that there's a frequency bath of some kind. The melatonin comes out, and you know, what I've been doing is internalizing all this stuff, and it just purges it out, pushes it out, cleans it out. It's supposed to take away the suffering and the pain and the gnashing of the teeth and stuff like that. It takes all those things of hell away. So enjoy yourself and have fun. I'll chat with you soon, and I love you.